All right, y'all. Another one from Lackluster. Check him out on Lackluster on YouTube. This one says, cop throws man on head. He fell. State's attorney waits 4 weeks to charge him. Oop, this sounds interesting.
Channel. On December 14th of 2023, the Waukegan Police Department responded to a domestic dispute.
Waukegan.
The response led to the arrest of a man who was placed in a cruiser to wait for Officer Richard Tabese to arrive on scene. Officer Tabese was not there for the incident or the arrest. He was simply assigned to transport the man, and while waiting for the arrival of the transporting officer, the 7 other officers on scene said that the arrestee was cooperative and calm. He had been in custody for several minutes before Officer Tabese arrived on scene, and the custody exchange occurred.
Wait, is this Waukegan, Illinois? That's right up north of Chicago.
So you got a double lock. For next time.
It is Waukegan, Illinois, I think. Officer Farva, true, Brad, true.
Hey.
All of the courteous and good officers on scene immediately jumped into action to protect the man in custody from further abuse. Just kidding. That rarely happens. Instead, they all stood around as silent cowards and allowed Officer Tabese to forcefully pick up the man, adding to further injury to the man's hands.
Oh, you fell, dude. Why'd you fall? Why'd you fall? Get up.
I'm gonna shoot you, motherfucker. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go.
Bro, that's crazy, man.
Okay, I got you. All right. You still crying? I'll tell you, stupid motherfucker. What are you doing?
And he's antagonizing him. Like you heard that, right? You still crying? Bro, like that is unnecessary. That is there should be no room for that shit to be done. Like as a professional, he did whatever he did. You cuff him, you take him in there. But when they do that, that's out of pocket. Is it something that they get charged for? No, but it's 100% unprofessional. And if I was the chief of police, I would have a zero tolerance policy for officers to antagonize suspects. They did something wrong. They will be held accountable. You treat them with a core level of respect. You don't antagonize them. This isn't like you're going to teach them a lesson. Like, it's not your job. Cuff them, take them in, process them, move along. Too many of these cops get personally invested in this shit, and that's what allows them to get in these situations where they antagonize you. Oh, you still crying? That was uncalled for. You know what I'm saying?
You have a seat in there. Come to swim, please. Come swim. Come swim.
And if you're a cop there, you got to be thinking, yep, this is a lawsuit coming. And nobody's saying nothing.
Okay, appreciate you.
The man had also hit his head on the driveway and was taken to a nearby hospital. This hospitalization prompted a review of the incident, and command staff suspended Officer Tabese with pay that evening. The day after, however, they sent the footage to the state attorney's office, who then took nearly 4 weeks to charge the officer, as he continued to collect paychecks over a free Christmas and New Year's vacation. On Wednesday, January 10th, Mr. Tabese was finally charged with felony official misconduct and misdemeanor battery.
Good.
In a statement, Lake County State's Attorney Eric Reinhardt said, besides Tabese...
Wait, look, hold on. I'm trying to figure out, I think this, I'm pretty sure this is in Illinois. Lake County, let's see, the state's attorney. Who is it? Is it the same guy? Image? Yeah, it's him. So this is definitely in Illinois, my home state, right up the street. Okay.
Other officers on scene acted very professionally throughout the encounter. We think they could have done a little more. The state attorney's office has begun an immediate review of all pending cases involving Tabiz in light of these charges, and he will appear in court on January 17th. However, none of
that happened already. Yo, I wish we can get into these courts and watch this unfold.
The other officers have been charged, nor is there any word that any of them will face disciplinary action for their failure to intervene. If for the first time ever something like that happens and becomes public, I'll let you know. And when the lawsuit is filed, we'll be sure to go over it. Mr. Tabiz has not yet been fired and will likely be stripped of his qualified immunity. So either the agency's insurance policy will pay for it, or the officer will be indemnified by the city. Either way.
And you know what's going to happen is he's going to quit before they fire him, and he's going to go over to another state or another county and get hired on again. And that is the fundamental problem with shitty cops, is that they can do this. They can walk away from one job, they quickly resign before they get terminated, so it's not on their record, or they try to hide it, and then they go to another jurisdiction and go and get hired on, and either the new jurisdiction doesn't know why they're coming over there, like, oh, there's a story here, like you're problematic, or they willfully turn a blind eye because they need personnel. I'm like, all right, we'll hire you, you know, whatever. And that shouldn't be the case. In order to be a cop, you should have one chance only. And at the minute you do anything misconduct, never again should you be in law enforcement. I don't give a fuck. It should be a zero tolerance policy on any kind of misconduct while on duty. Done. You can never be law enforcement again. There's zero room for that.
We're sure the taxpayers will be thoroughly punished for the officers' actions. As always, let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. And if you like these investigations, be sure to subscribe, like, and share the video to spread the signal. And check out one of my other videos linked on screen.
Yeah, that was just crazy. And you know, it's also problematic that he throws him to the ground and none of the officers say anything. It speaks volumes that none of the other officers did anything. They either knew he was dead ass wrong and didn't say nothing because they didn't want to be on the, you know, body cams rolling. So they're like, I'm just not going to say nothing because I'm not going to be involved. It's already recorded. It's done. Or this is a behavior that he's done before and they just have accepted it and they let it ride and they don't check him on that. I'm telling you, bro, if I was a cop and one of the officers did something like out of pocket, I'd be in their ass. Cause like you're putting my career, you're putting what I do in jeopardy, you know what I'm saying? Because of your association, because we're on the scene of an arrest. Now I'm getting grouped in with you. Oh, you, man, listen, I'm going to be on body camera calling them out so that when it goes to trial, they'll be like, well, Officer MoonDawg definitely was there calling him out on it. That was not the appropriate thing to do. You know, I'm getting a pass, bro. I'm getting about that jam. You know what I mean? Shitty cops, bro. Crazy. Happened right here in my home state too. Good old Waukegan police. Let's see what some of the comments had to say here. I don't understand how throwing a handcuffed person onto their head isn't legally defined as attempted murder. Yeah, it's a pretty tough one right there. Every cop witnessed assault but did not put their report should be brought up on charges. That's a good point too. You know what I'm saying? By the way, let's take a look here. Waukegan Police Department on Facebook. Oh, can't, oh, we can. Let's see here. I want to see if people, oh yeah, look at people got him in here. Did you charge the cop that slammed the handcuffed man on his head? Are we sweeping the crime under the rug like usual? Yo, people are going in on him. I knew it. I knew it. Anything else? You forgot one suspect that fell down. Oh man, they going in. I love it. I love when they're all spamming the comments with the you know what I'm saying? Oh man, funny stuff. We're talking about the guy that got his head hit on the thing. Funny stuff. Are corrupted cops on the rise over there? I don't know if it's on the rise. It's just that with body cam footage, we're starting to see the reality of it. This is stuff that people have been talking about, injustices of policing since the 60s and 70s and 80s, but there was no cameras. You know, people were said, oh, cops were racial and da-da-da. There was never a lot of you know, quantifiable evidence to support the thing. But now we're in a time where everything's recorded. There's cameras everywhere. And now we actually get to see how some cops, let me be clear, it's always not all of them. There's some cops, the rotten apples that are in there that make it bad for everyone else that's doing the job properly, that are out there being unprofessional, that are, misconduct, or just flat out full on criminal acts while in the line of duty. We're now just seeing it. We're seeing the reality of it all. Before, it was, you only took the officer's word and whatever was written on the report. And yet time over time, we see it in these videos where the body cam shows a very clear picture of what happened. And then we see their police report, and it's a totally different thing than what is on body cam. And that is what is fundamentally problematic, is even though they wear body cams, they are still falsifying reports to fit a narrative that makes the suspect look worse, bad, or to validate what they're being charged for, when the body cam shows a very different thing. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm believing what I see on video that is capturing everything raw without being, adjusted or tweaked out, versus somebody's account of a version of a story that they wrote up to justify their actions and protect their, cover their ass. You know what I'm saying? 100%. And it should be that we weigh the videos more than a police report. You know what I mean?